experience here at Theatricals to tell you about the wonderful family we have here. When I came to Flagstaff about 7.5 years ago, the first place we discovered when we were here just looking for a place to live was Theatricals. We've always been strong supporters and enjoyed live performances. Having had a son who performed all through junior high and high school, we just love the fact that we found this theater in Flagstaff. Once we moved here, we became season ticket holders. We started out volunteering by doing those simple things like ushering or coming for a cleaning day. And then one day, someone was asking for people to work backstage, which we had no experience doing something like that. My husband and I decided to do that, and lo and behold, that year we worked on 2 performances backstage and found what a wonderful family of people who wanted to teach us what we needed to do, learning the ins and outs of what goes on to put on a production. I mean, I had no idea of the hours, the amount of time, the number of people that were involved. And I have had the privilege of learning to become a production manager and stage manager. And I've had the great opportunity to work with Sharon on numerous occasions through the theater, and a lot of people that you're going to see tonight on this stage. This is just a wonderful, wonderful group of volunteers who put their heart and soul into giving Flagstaff these wonderful productions. And as Sharon said, we want to continue to do this for the next 50 years. That's why we need your support. We need you to help us get through this difficult year. It has been challenging, and you know, we had a challenging 2019. So I think many of us are always going to remember 2019 and 2020 here at Theatricals. But again, if you can reach into your pocket and make a small donation, any amount would be greatly appreciated. And Sharon, do you want to share some of your experiences here behind the scenes at Theatricals?
Well, while you were describing that, actually, I thought, I bet I know what show she's talking about, because the first show that you and your husband were backstage with, I was assistant stage manager. I believe that was August Osage County. And I think that's a great example of a show that had not only a lot of heart behind the scenes of the cast and crew, but it was also a phenomenal performance and really high quality theater in our lovely Flagstaff community. So that's what, you know, when the magic all comes together, we're able to deliver high quality theater in our very own town and give that gift of theater to Northern Arizona. But then it's also just a really amazing experience for those of us who are involved, both in the audience as an active participant, and then also getting involved backstage and on stage. So yeah, Theatricals, that first production with August Osage County was very memorable. And I know in our sneak peek, we're gonna have some actors who were involved with that show as well. And that's one of the neat things about local theater, is that not only do you get to see some amazing shows that maybe you've heard about, that you've always wanted to see, but sometimes you get to see people who you know already in the community, and you get to see their talent on display in our local theater.
And I will tell you, there have been a lot of people who have surprised me. I have seen them perform in a drama or a comedy, and then 3 or 4 months later, I come back to the theater for a different performance, and then I find out they are wonderful vocalists, and they can sing, and they have so many vast talents. And when I look at also people that you don't hear a lot about the theater, the people who are working backstage. I mean, when we look at our costumer, we look at the people who design and build our sets, you don't see these people, and they do a tremendous amount so that our productions look so real and so vivid. And I have to say, during this holiday season, the second play that I worked backstage was A Christmas Story. What a delightful experience. It was so much fun. Obviously, a lot of children involved in that. And actually, for the last 2 years, I've been involved backstage, working on the last 2 Christmas shows. So it feels kind of funny this year that I'm not working on a Christmas show, but it's okay. We've got great people who are doing a tuna Christmas, but it has been a habit of mine for a couple of years. And I will say, there's something about the holidays. It's such a wonderful time of the year, and we come together and we all are thinking, and we're doing gifts, and again, giving to the theater would be a very wonderful thing if you can do that. And I hope you all are enjoying this holiday season, as different as it may be. And of course, as Sharon had referenced, we're going to have sneak peek here pretty soon. And typically we would have this audience full of people, and we would all be enjoying this sneak peek. And what's happening this year? It's being done virtually because of the pandemic. But it's still something we can share in and enjoy and get us all excited about next year, because I know our artistic committee has worked very hard to find some really great shows for next year.
That's absolutely correct. And I also have a soft space in my heart for the holiday shows that we do here. And I worked on several holiday shows. And my very first show that brought me into the Theatricos fold was It's a Wonderful Life, which was directed by Becky Daggett. And one thing that I think about a lot with that show is that not only did we work to put on an amazing performance, but she brought us all together as a group by asking us to each reflect on what we were grateful for. So every time we got together for rehearsal, we would think about what we were grateful for, and we'd share as a cast and crew, and then we would try to find ways throughout the production to do a coat drive and to do a food drive and to give back. So the theater is just one strong element in the community, and we're always finding those ways to tie in with everything else going on. So I think that this year, although it looks very different, although it is very different, we're keeping those themes alive.
And I'd like to mention, if you're new to listening to and getting prepared to watch our sneak peek, I want to remind you that we are having story time, and I'm not sure I'm going to use the terminology right here, but we do have people from Theatricos for many nights in December. We'll be reading various holiday stories. And I know we have 13 grandchildren that are spread across the United States, and we are going to be encouraging our kids to grab their kids and sit down and listen to a few of these. And I think there are going to be some out there that our kids are not familiar with, because we're looking at all aspects. It's not just Santa Claus or Christmas. Hanukkah is being pulled into this, so that we're trying to give a broad perspective to Christmas or the holidays, and touch on all those holidays that are coming along. And as good as our actors are, I know when they're sitting here and reading these stories, they're going to be very entertaining for you and for any young children that are in your families.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those holiday stories as well. And that is something I try to keep challenging, the idea of what can we do, even though there are so many things we can't do. And I love the idea of inviting family from far away, friends who you might not be gathering with in person, to have a watch party, or to ask them to tune in at the same time as you, so you can talk about the story and be able to share in that experience together. And for the tickets for that, or to make a donation, or to get more information about anything that Theatricos is doing, you can always go to our website, theatricos.com, and that's where all the information is. So even for those shows that are free, like the holiday stories, you do want to make sure to go to the website and sign up for a free ticket so that you'll get the right information of how to be able to watch it.
And Sharon was telling me she's going to have, she's thinking about having a watch party for a tuna Christmas with some of her family members, which I think is a great idea. And I hadn't really thought about that, but I have been promoting a tuna Christmas to our children that again are in various areas of the United States, so that they can sit down and enjoy that. And I hope that when we do some Zoom time with some of our kids around the holidays, we can ask them what they think of a tuna Christmas. And we have been very fortunate that we've been able to have some of our children, and actually some of our grandchildren, attend performances here. We've had some of the kids from California and from Illinois here to actually attend some of our performances, and they have really, really enjoyed it. And of course, our one son who performed himself in junior high and high school, and he now has a daughter who likes doing this. They were quite enthralled with the shows that they saw here and feel it's very exciting. And our son is thinking, well, maybe when life gets a little calmer, when the kids are a little older, he will be able to get back into doing some of that himself. And again, for those of you who may not have come to the theater or to audition, the doors are open here. When the doors are open and we're doing this, auditions right now are being done virtually, but we welcome anyone to our theater and to our productions.
Yes, I think they just completed auditions for our first main stage show in 2021. So you'll want to be tuning in for as those shows are announced. It's often several weeks before the actual show is going to be run, so that we have plenty of time to do the rehearsals and the preparation is when they cast the show. So if you're thinking about how do I get involved, you're going to want to look for that in advance. Plan ahead for, right now they're probably going to be announcing auditions for shows in late winter, early spring. It would be the next one, the second main stage show of the year.
Yeah, because the first main show stage, I think, opens the end of January. So if you think about it, today's December 6th. They've already cast that. They've already got their stage manager. Of course, the director has been known for quite some time. And they're already will be starting their rehearsals. So it is a several week process to bring a production to a live performance. And a lot goes on in the background, and lots of many hours are spent. And again, I would just like to ask you to go to theatricals.com to look for any opportunity where you can attend a show, be it virtual or sometime in person. If you want to make a donation, if you want to purchase tickets, if you want to audition. And I understand now that Sharon, we are ready for sneak peek. And what I would like to do is introduce Lisa Jane, who is the director of Sneak Peek, and she will be introducing the shows as we go along. Thank you.
Can't wait.
Welcome to the sneak peek of Theatrico's 2021 season. I am Lisa Jane, director of the sneak peek scenes. Thank you for joining us this evening. The first show of the 2021 season is Well by Lisa Cron. Well is a wickedly witty, wild ride about mothers, daughters, health, wellness, community, and racism, as grown children realize their parents live in an alternative universe. In this scene, we are introduced to Lisa Cron and her mother Anne, in which Anne becomes aware she has been placed into the middle of one of her daughter's theatrical productions.
It's my grabber.
My mother is a fantastically energetic person trapped in an utterly exhausted body. It's very confusing. Her energy level has two settings, all or nothing. Most of the time it's nothing, but when she has a burst of energy, it's awe-inspiring. For instance, when we were very young, she decided she wanted my brother and me to be raised in a racially integrated neighborhood, and then she set about to create one. Oh, ugh. Oh, I'm gonna be so sorry I didn't wait till later to take that diuretic.
What's going on?
In what sense do you mean? You're not writing a play about me, are you?
Mom, we've talked about this before. I don't actually write traditional plays. I work more in the genre of solo performance.
Okay. This solo performance, is it about me?
Well, this is actually not a solo. There are other people in it. It's like a solo show with other people in it. It's a whole new thing.
Wow, that sounds great. What's it about?
It is a multi-character theatrical exploration of issues of health and illness, both in the individual and in a community. Did you want to read the grant proposal?
No, I just want to know what you're doing and if I need to go upstairs and hide until you're done. I don't even like to have my picture taken. Certainly don't want to be in a play. So who's the individual?
Who?
That's what I'm asking.
What?
Lisa, you said you were writing something about health problems in an individual.
Yes, that's the issue being explored.
Okay, who are you using to explore it?
I don't know what you mean by using.
Okay, what about the community?
What community?
You said something about a community.
The community. Well, let me tell you, Mom, the community is this neighborhood. It's about your work and how you help to heal this neighborhood. And it also explores my time in the allergy unit at Henroten Hospital.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I suppose those are both important stories.
Yes, they are. They're very important stories.
Okay. So now who's the individual?
The
individual!
Okay, look, it's not about either one of us. I work using autobiographical material, but ultimately this is a theatrical exploration of a universal experience. So it does utilize some details about you, but Mom, it's not that big of a deal.
All right, honey, it's okay. I just wanted to know what's going on. I don't like it, but you can deal with it. It's not like you're gonna make it seem like I'm a hypochondriac or something. It's true, I'm not really crazy about my living room ending up here. But I know you need to do your work. I don't want to make you self-conscious.
Thank you.
That's okay. You go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back. Just so you know, I am aware that we're dealing with a couple of emotionally touchy topics here. There are certain things that we will be exploring for the purposes of this exploration that she and I have not actually ever talked about in life. In particular, my mother has a very different picture of what happened when I was a patient in the allergy unit and how and why I got better. And I don't intend to get into that with her here because that would be like walking into a big emotional minefield. And what is happening here, of course, is not about me having a big, messy confrontation with my mother. This is a theatrical exploration of universal issues. But that's what is so incredibly helpful about this convention of interior monologue. It will allow us to explore these issues in a professional theatrical context. And it will also make the process much easier on her because she's not a theater person. So she doesn't quite get that there's a plan that's in motion here. But you know what? Just to make sure she's comfortable, I'm also going to kind of keep her in the loop and explain things to her as we go along, okay? Okay, super. Okay, Mom, we're going to get going. And as I mentioned, we are going to be looking at some scenes back and forth from the neighborhood and from when I was in the allergy unit to see if we can find some resonances and some parallels between those stories of healing, okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right then. Good. Well, I hope you enjoyed that brief scene from Well. Looks like that's going to be a pretty interesting show for our first main stage performance. What was your thought, Sharon?
Yeah, it's exciting to see how the artistic committee has adapted, and one of the things that we'll be seeing is A couple of shows might be brought over from the 2020 season. I know Well was something that we had in 2020, and so I actually read the play when I saw that it was announced for last time. And it's a fascinating script. So I haven't seen it performed yet, other than what we just saw, but I can tell you that I really love the script, and I'm really excited to see that that's still making it through, and we are figuring out a way to bring it to you in 2021.
Well, and I will tell you that today I bought our season tickets. So I hope that encourages some of you to purchase your season tickets. Thank you, and Lisa will introduce the next show.
Our next main stage production is A Doll's House Part 2 by Lucas Hanov. Nora has returned. The most frequently produced play of 2019 explores in uproarious fashion the emotional chaos that results when Nora is launched back into a household she helped burn to the ground 15 years earlier. In this scene, Anne-Marie, who has cared for Nora's children since Nora left, welcomes Nora back into the home she escaped from.
I can't believe it's you.
It's good to see you.
It's really you. Nora, 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 it's been so long.
It has.
You got a little fatter. You got older and you got a
Well,
little...
at a certain age.
Don't I know it? Come in, come here. Give me a hug. It's so good to see you. How are you? Come in, there's some chairs. You can take a chair and sit in it.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine.
I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit. My knees aren't good. However I look on the outside, inside it's all a lot worse. And how are your insides?
Oh, they're good, Anne-Marie.
That's good. Mine, I don't know, it's the stomach that feels like it's gone all wrong, but you look good, and if your insides are all in order, then I'll take your word for it. I just can't believe it's really you.
Well,
I didn't know, no idea if you'd ever come back around. That first month and those first 6 months, the first year or 2 or 3 even, there was the thought that maybe you'd show up, come back around, but then the more time that passed, you didn't even write. No letters, nothing. 15 years! 15 years could have thought you'd gone off and died! I, for the record, never thought you were dead. A lot of people thought you were dead. Other people, not Torvald and the kids, of course, but a lot of people think you're dead.
okay.
And I look in your clothes and it looks like you're definitely not destitute.
No, not at all.
It looks like the opposite of destitute.
I've done very well.
That's just so nice. I'm happy to hear that. I never wanted bad things to happen to you.
The house is
Yes?
it's so
Different
from what I remembered.
Same house.
Less stuff.
You forget things.
There was a cuckoo clock that used to be there. Is that
Gone.
and the cabinet with the trinkets
Gone.
and my piano.
That's gone too.
And there, a picture, a portrait of a picture of my mother.
I mean, of course, anything that was yours got thrown out after you left.
Right. So how much time do we have?
Until
Until he gets back.
a few hours.
You're sure?
He's at work.
He still works.
But I've been thinking, I don't know how you feel about this. I know you're just briefly in town. I know you said in your letter that you were just going to be very briefly in town, and so I shouldn't tell the kids that you're...
You didn't tell them, did you?
No, I didn't.
Good. You scared me there.
Not that that would be such a bad idea.
They're grown up. They're grown-ups. They have their lives. Their lives are without me. There's no point.
No, I understand.
Good.
I mean, if you wanted to see them, I'm sure they would really like to see you, I think.
Don't agree. Who am I to them? I'm nobody. They were so young. I'm not a person to them. I don't mean anything.
I don't know, I'm not so... Well, that's aside from the point. But what I was thinking is that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to see Torvald while you're here. Just to say hi. Just to, I don't know, see each other. Given how much time has passed, given how things ended, given that you're just passing through. No pressure, real easy. I just think it could be helpful. It could repair something.
Is something broken?
Wouldn't say that, but...
But you said repair. Is Torvald broken? Is he still broken over me? I mean, I'm sure he...
No,
Good. That's good. So then he's well.
He's not broken. I didn't mean to make it sound.
But
He's great. He's good.
he never remarried.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
But I do think he should get a dog. I think if he had a dog, he'd be happier. Not that he's not happy, I don't mean that, but he just likes dogs so much. I see him, he'll see a dog and he'll get so happy and likes to pet the dogs and he lets them lick his face and he holds them close. I told him to get a dog and he said no, and I said why, and he said that dogs die. Dogs die, they get sick, their bodies break, they hurt, and when that happens, he'd have to put the thing out of its misery, cut its throat or break its neck or pelt his head with a rock, and he doesn't want to come to love something only to have to kill it. I sort of wanted to say, but didn't say, but wanted to say that I think he's at a point where the dog will probably outlive him. I think that's pretty optimistic to think that he'll be around to put the dog down. But what about you? Tell me about you. What's happened to you?
I'll tell you what. I'm not the same person who left through that door. I'm a very different person.
Yes, I'd imagine.
Well, that piqued my interest. I wonder what that story is going to tell us.
I know, I was excited just from the title because my older sister's name is Nora. And I thought, oh, a Nora that has caused chaos and is the central figure in the story, that's like my life story. So I'm definitely gonna have to watch it.
So does Nora know you think this about her, Sharon?
Well, let's just say that when she was growing up, the storybook that got the most play in our house was The Little Tale of Noisy Nora.
Oh, now that's quite interesting, quite interesting. And you and your sister are pretty close, aren't you?
We are, yes, we are.
Well, you can see that obviously Sharon and I know a little bit about each other when we can talk about our families some. And that's what is so neat about our community here at Theatricals. We have lots of friendships and lots of good people.
It's awesome. Are we ready to watch another one?
We're ready. Okay, Lisa's going to
No, we're not
introduce the
ready.
next one.
I think we need another minute. So that's good because I didn't want you to have the last word on the fact that you got your season tickets today. Because I wanted to make sure to let you know that there's another alternative, which is the Flex Pass.
Yes.
And that is what I chose to do last year, was to buy a Flex Pass. You get all the main stage shows, but you can choose your dates differently. Whereas with the season tickets, you, correct me if I'm wrong, but you pick a specific day, right?
Yes, you do pick a specific day. However, if you have a reason why you can't make that, you can always call into the box office and change your day. So you're not always locked into that, because we do know that people have a life and things come up unexpectedly, and that you have the opportunity to change that day if you need to.
So really, there's always flexibility with the box office. All right, now are we ready to see another show?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Our next main stage production of 2021 is Stage Kiss by Sarah Rule. A kiss is not just a kiss in this whirlwind knockabout farce. When two actors with a history are thrown together as leads in a 1930s romantic comedy, they quickly lose touch with reality. In this scene, we see our two main characters' initial audition for this play within a quasi-love story play.
Should we take it from the top? And you don't have to kiss this time. You could just indicate the kissing with a gesture of some kind.
A gesture?
Sure.
Okay, fine. Oh God, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
And I you.
Your lips taste like, oh, let me taste them again. No, cherries? No, chestnuts. Oh God, I want to kiss you all day.
And I you.
Until I'm breathless with desire, like I was when I was 18. Do you remember the lake?
I think I heard your husband.
Hanov.
Oh, darling, how can we have been apart for so long?
I do not know. I do not know.
Very nice work.
Really? Thank you.
Yes.
Did you want me to do the second side?
No, that won't be necessary.
I memorized it.
If you'd like to, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, did you want to tell me anything about it?
No, just have a go.
All right. I'll stand. Is it okay if I stand?
Whatever makes you most comfortable.
I'll stand. No. I'll sit.
Great.
So now, you'll be Millicent.
Right.
Millicent, I've realized the reason it was impossible so long ago.
There's always a reason, isn't there?
He was like champagne. Champagne! But you can't live on champagne your whole life. Eventually you want bread. And my husband is like bread. Oh, the smell of toast in the morning.
You think Jack is like toast?
But like the best toast in the world. No crumbs. A toast that feeds you in winter and is spread with the most gorgeous butter. I used to be afraid of putting too much butter on my toast. But the first night I spent with Jack, I woke up in the morning and he put enormous quantities of butter on my toast, and I thought, I'll love this man forever.
It's such a relief to love your husband, is it not?
Yes, Millicent, do you think that if life were properly understood, it would be beautiful all the time? Clear, clear, clear. Wait, sorry. Can I go back?
Sure.
Yes, Millicent, do you think that if life were properly understood, it would be beautiful all the time? Clear, clear, clear.
I think your life is beautiful, dear Ada. Don't leave us. Don't leave
I
me.
shan't. Oh, I feel myself coming into the world again. I feel my strength returning. Millicent, I want to live, and I will live. This is where I sing.
Yes.
A cappella. Love me just shy of forever, or love me till 6 o'clock. Love me whatever the weather. Love me in Afghan sweater. Love me whether May or December. Oh, love me just shy of forever, darling. Love me past 6 o'clock. Was that all right? It was awful, I know. I can learn to sing, I can learn to act. Bye. Oh, I think I just left my bag. Oh, right, so the minor humiliations in life. Sorry, good luck with your day. I hope you see some good people. I haven't auditioned in like 10 years. Okay, yeah, no, just shoot me now. Bye, thank you. Bye, Tom, Devin,
Kevin.
Kevin. You were great. I hope I didn't get lipstick on you. I got this lipstick as a free sample, you know, and I think it's kind of wrong for the character. It's a little Desert Storm. No, that's a war. Desert Flower. Wouldn't you love to have the job of naming lipsticks? Or wars? Right. Shoot me now. Thanks, guys. Have a good afternoon.
She was good.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zakarias, and I am the safety coordinator here at the Heathrow. If you're just joining us now, we are in the middle of our sneak peek as part of our very long sneak peek showcase extravaganza today. We just saw a staged kiss. And while we're going through this, I'd like to go over some of our safety measures for those of you watching at home. We are currently closed to the public audience until the virus settles down a little bit and it's safe enough and the numbers look good enough for us to open to a limited audience again. When we do open to a limited audience, 75% of our seats will be blocked off, and all of our seats will be 6 feet from each other and 12 feet from the audience. For everyone who comes into the theater, their mask must be worn over the nose and mouth at all times while in the building, while they're in their seats, while they're going to the restroom, and while they're using the restroom. Masks may be safely removed when once again out in the parking lot. For that reason, our lovely new concession stand, which has been recently rebuilt, is closed until the virus calms down enough that people can eat without having to wear a mask. So no concessions while the masks are on, I'm afraid. As this is a small indoor venue, wearing masks at all times is our best and most important safety measure. With that in mind, we also have some social distancing measures. Whenever folks are coming into the building, then they will be coming in as small groups in distance. And we have people stay in their seats once the house lights come up at the end of the show. And I will dismiss them one at a time to leave through either exit so that we have people distancing the whole time they're in the house. If you need to use the restroom and the restrooms are currently full, then we do have some distanced waiting stations for those as well. Our lobby furniture has been removed for the time being until we can have people congregating in the lobby again. I supervise the sanitation of the seats, the stage, backstage, the restrooms, and every door in the building before and after every show. And we have all of our actors wearing masks until they are on stage, and all of our crew wear masks at all times. Anyone who comes in the building who is not an actor currently on stage must wear a mask, and that includes people who are working during rehearsals. Even actors during rehearsals have their masks on. And everyone, when they come into the building, comes through the front door, and we have hand sanitizer, and I take the temperature of everyone coming in. Anyone with a temperature over 99.5 degrees will be turned back. That's our sort of temperature threshold for safety. Meet and greets after shows have been canceled, and all auditions for new shows are being done over video. Cast and crew are regularly tested before their first rehearsal and before opening night, and all volunteers who are coming in regularly to help us paint and rebuild as we have been doing so far are tested regularly as well. We have air circulation going on whenever there's people in the building, and we've selected shows for the next season with no dancing, which can project sweat, and I suppose little singing, so that we have less droplets being spread farther. All of our mandatory mask, distance, and rehearsal measures are done as part of our rehearsals, and we have cast and crew wearing masks at all times, and crew wear masks even during shows where the actors are allowed to be on stage without their masks. We thank you all for your participation and your support during these difficult times. Thank you very much.
Our next main stage production is Native Gardens by Zakarias. A questionable fence line puts a prize-worthy garden in jeopardy, launching a boisterous backyard battle, turning neighbors into feuding enemies and challenging notions of race, privilege, and good taste. In this scene, Frank and Virginia, a couple in their retirement years, discuss the confrontation with their new neighbors over the placement of their garden.
She insulted you?
Called me names.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know. Horrible words in Spanish that all her workers understood. Very humiliating. So I called an attorney.
And what did he say?
She said that we don't have much recourse, that legally it appears that they own our land and they have the right to claim it.
Truly, can't be all we could do. We didn't knowingly steal the land. We would never do such a thing.
I know.
We didn't even put the fence up. That was the stupid Whitefield stepson that made that mistake. I never noticed the yard was bigger.
Frank, these are not our sins. There's no need for us to notice because we did nothing. We are innocent victims.
God, I miss smoking.
Now everything we love is bad.
Yeah, like margarine and white rice and Cat Stevens.
Shenanigans. Why does everything have to become so complicated?
All we did was take something ugly and make it beautiful.
And now we are being treated like criminals.
Oh, God. They must be Democrats, don't you think?
With that level of sanctimony, of course they're Democrats.
And for $250 an hour, the attorney said there was nothing we could do?
Well, she did bring up one thing.
What was that?
Well, we've worked the flower garden in a purposeful and public way for many years.
Yes.
And she says there are certain provisions that allow ownership for someone who has lived on and tended neglected land.
Is she talking about invoking squatters' rights?
Oddly enough, it might be a legal recourse.
Squatters' rights?
Adverse possession is the legal term.
Are you insane?
I'm just relaying the information, Frank.
What would the Potomac Horticultural Society say about that? How could we look people in the eye? Can you imagine Philip Saxon's reaction?
Oh,
What would we say to him?
we would look Philip Saxton in the eye and say, listen, buddy, we're between a squat and a hard place.
No. Good God, that's a horrible idea. Squatters are poor people that are desperate.
Not always.
Is there an uglier word in the English language than squat? I mean, squat is what you do when you defecate. And squat is what peasant women do in the fields to have babies. Squat is what degenerate bums do to get out of buying land. You tell this lady, that lawyer, that we cannot be squatters.
Oh, too many crickets. Good, and say goodbye to your perfectly symmetrical garden that you have worked on for a decade.
Why are you yelling at me?
Well, just because you don't like what you hear doesn't mean you shouldn't listen. Squatters' rights are also about justice. Those laws exist to protect hardworking people from greedy and neglectful landowners. And God knows you have worked hard.
I have.
We worked this land in good faith, with good intentions, with the full belief that this here soil was ours.
We certainly did.
Oh, only to have something we love and cherish be just ripped away from us by the roots, bringing down the value and the aesthetic of our entire home.
Selfish kids!
Oh, they are fully formed adults with growing earning potential who will stop at nothing. We are simply a couple of old people on the brink of retirement who are in their way, and they will mow us down for our lawn.
Oh, millennials! I don't think we should let them get away with this.
Now you're talking turkey. Let's show these unscrupulous brats what power to the people really means.
That definitely looked entertaining.
Absolutely, and two faces we know well in the theatricals community, Tony and Linda Supera. Nice to see people back, and nice to be able to actually see live theater a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I think this is gonna be filled with a lot of laughter. I would like to take a moment, since Izzy was on earlier, and explained our safety protocols. And I would like to give him a huge thank you from all of us here at the theater. He took on a huge responsibility and is monitoring this and making sure that we're all being safe during this process. And Izzy, we definitely thank you for all your work on that. And it makes me feel reassured that we're doing the right things here and watching out for everyone.
Yeah, and the sneak peek is all about hope for the future, and I think that these shows are showing us what 2021 might bring. I know you mentioned that 2020, of course, has been a difficult year. 2019 was also difficult, and so let's hope that with these safety precautions in place, with all the hard work of the artistic committee and making sure we have shows that can be adapted, that we will have a lot to look forward to in 2021. So let's see what's next.
Okay, let's go.
Our next main stage production is I Hate Hamlet by Paul Rudnick. A desperate TV actor agrees to play Hamlet on stage. Just one small problem. He absolutely hates Hamlet. In this scene, Andrew, a floundering actor who played Dr. Jim Corman on the recently canceled TV show LA Medical, is being shown an old apartment by his real estate broker, Felicia, along with his girlfriend, Deirdre, and his talent agent, Lillian, when strangeness ensues.
Lillian, you had a fling here?
In this apartment.
With who?
Whom do you think?
Barrymore?
Lillian, you and Barrymore?
Here. I am old lady. The elderly should not discuss romance. It is distasteful and creates jealousy. And Andrew has such marvelous news. Does everyone know?
What news?
I haven't told because I don't know how I feel about it.
What? Andrew, what haven't you told me?
Well, you know Shakespeare in the Park, right? The open-air theater by the lake.
I went once. It poured right on Coriolanus. Didn't help. They kept going.
What? Tell us.
Well, this summer they're doing All's Well and another one.
Which one?
Hamlet.
Oh my God! Wait, Laertes?
Hamlet.
You are playing the lead?
Yeah.
My friend is playing the lead!
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that extraordinary?
I don't know why they cast me.
Oh, because you are talented. You auditioned 5 times. They saw something. Dr. Jim Corman, you'll pack the place. I'll even come. Is it the real Hamlet or like a musical?
The real one, and she's right, of course. I'm sure they only asked me because of the TV show. I'm a gimmick. I don't know why I said yes.
Schnocke, we are talking about Hamlet.
Wouldn't it be great if we could, like, go back in time and tell Barrymore?
Why?
I mean, he was the greatest Hamlet of all time. Isn't that what people say?
Yes, that is true. And Andrew, you know, he lived here for many years. Perhaps when he played Hamlet.
And now you're here. I bet this is all happening for a reason.
Because you were canceled. You know, I get this feeling sometimes in special apartments about the people who lived there. Barrymore! Barrymore!
In the distance, a bell tolls from a bell tower.
Oh, what was that? The church down the street, the bell in the clock tower.
But it's 6 o'clock. It only struck once.
Oh my God. Just like in Hamlet, right before the ghost of Hamlet's father appears. He comes and the clock strikes 1.
Which means...
Then we live in New York where everything's broken.
But what if it's an omen?
Right. Barrymore, Hamlet, the connection. Maybe he's trying to contact us.
Yeah, maybe he's the one who's been slipping all of these takeout menus under the door.
Andrew.
Don't joke. Maybe he's around. It's possible. Totally.
Oh my God. What if we could reach out to him across time and space? Wouldn't that be a great idea?
Oh,
Don't ask me about great ideas. I am German.
Wait, guys, you know, I'm psychic.
Oh my God!
What do you mean?
I've made contact with the other side. I go into this pre-conscious state like a trance and I speak to a spirit guide.
A spirit guide?
Yeah, my mom. We were real close. After she died, I went into such a slump. I tried everything. Therapy, encounter groups, you name it. Finally, I saw this ad for a course. Spiritual transcommunication beyond the physical sphere.
So you talk to your master?
Right. Is your mom gone too? Would you like to contact him?
No. Why break a habit?
The clock, this apartment, Hamlet. This is preordained. I think we should do it.
Do what?
Contact Barrymore? A seance right now.
I've never tried anyone but Mom, but I'm game.
I don't think so.
But who can tell? Barrymore might return as he promised me.
Lillian, were you really here with Barrymore?
Ask him yourself.
No, come on! This is just an apartment. It's not magical, and there aren't any ghosts or supernatural phenomena, and we are not having a seance.
The door to the room creaks open and then slams shut all by itself.
Do we need candles?
Candles are great.
What about a table?
Perfect.
This is just like at the beginning of Hamlet, when the guards call out to the ghost. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me!
Oh, if there be any good thing to be done, that may to thee do ease and grace to me. Speak to me.
Oh, speak!
Stay and speak.
Oh my God, Felicia, is this how you usually operate seances? Shakespeare?
Honey, I've been a broker for about 15 years in Greenwich Village. Try human sacrifice and cheese. Okay, everyone have a seat. How should we do this? I know. First, I'll try and contact Mom, and then see if she can get a hold of Barrymore.
Oh, may I smoke? Does anybody mind?
Oh, Lillian, it's such a terrible thing to do, and we all love you so much. Do you have to?
Oh, very well. You know, I really must stop.
Smoking.
No, asking.
I'm gonna enter this trance state, so Andy, think about what you want to ask Barrymore.
Has he met Shakespeare?
Is it hot?
Lillian, Barrymore is not in hell. I'm sure Felicia never even deals with people down there.
Well, if I have legal problems. Okay, everybody, put your hands on the table, palms down. It helps the flow. Now close your eyes. Now just clear your minds. Totally blank, clean slate. Deep, even breathing. Yeah, Ma, it's me. Fine, you. I got her. Ma, listen to me. I need your help. I'm here with Andrew Raleigh. Yeah, LA Medical. Ma, listen. He wants to talk to someone over there. No, Ma, he's seeing someone. Ma, I think he's having a crisis. He's gonna do Shakespeare. And we need to talk to Barrymore. Right, John Barrymore from the movies. Okay, hang on. She needs to know, what do you want to ask Barrymore? What's your question?
Andrew, ask.
Ask him what?
Ask him about Hamlet.
Ask him for advice.
But I don't want advice, and I don't want to play Hamlet. I mean, I don't think I do. I mean, I hate Hamlet!
There is a deafening crack of thunder, a gust of wind, a bolt of lightning streaks across the sky, an enormous shadow moves across the wall.
Well, Sharon, it appears to me that we're in for a lot of laughs for the 2021 season.
Yes, I think that was part of the planning. We all need some laughs. We all need some things to distract us and give us some entertainment during 2021.
Yes, this has been such a challenging year. I think for many of us, just to be able to sit back and relax and have a few good laughs will be very refreshing. And this just looked like a delightful play that we're going to see later this year.
Yeah, and I think while we're talking about 2021, it's also good to remember that we have a busy December as well, including lots of laughs with the Tuna Christmas.
Yes.
And the Tuna Christmas has 2 more performances coming up, and then also those holiday stories that are happening throughout the month of December. So you can get all of that information at the website at theatricos.com. And you do need a ticket, whether the show is our main stage show or whether it's one of the readings. The readings are free, but you still want to go online to get a ticket.
And as long as we're talking about sneak peek, and you've had a peek at, do I believe, 5 of our shows so far, I do hope this is making you think, gee, I need to get season tickets. This is the time to do that and look out there. And again, as Sharon has mentioned earlier, the Flex Pass is also an opportunity. And I think we're ready for the next show.
Excellent. Let's see.
In our final production of 2021, we will be doing It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play adapted by Joe Landry. This beloved holiday classic, brought to life on stage as a 1940s-style radio broadcast, will warm your heart with the true spirit of Christmas. In this scene of It's a Wonderful Life, George walks Mary home after they jitterbug their way into the school pool.
Bet I'm the only boy who ever carried your wet clothes home from school.
You are. Do I look as funny in this robe as you look in that football outfit?
I guess I'm not exactly the football player type. Well, beggars can't be choosers. We were lucky to find these. Didn't want to go home wearing wet clothes. But no, you look wonderful in that robe. You know, if it wasn't me talking, I'd say you were the prettiest girl in town.
Well, why don't you say it?
I don't know, maybe I will. Say, how old are you anyway?
18.
18? Seems like just last year you were 17. You look older without your clothes. I mean, without a dress. I mean, you look good. I mean, younger. You look just...
Careful, if you're standing on the belts. I almost lost this robe you think so much of.
Uh-oh, can't have that. I mean, well...
Well then, sir, my train, please. Throw it over my arm.
A pox upon me for a clumsy lout. Here you are, your caboose, my lady.
You may kiss my hand.
And so I shall, my lady. Oh, it's such a soft hand, and you're so soft and so...
Many a heart is aching, if you could read them all.
No, wait, come back here now. Let me show you something. I'll throw this rock at that old house there, the old Granville house.
Oh, don't. I love that old house.
No. You'll see. You make a wish, and you try to break some glass. When I was a kid,
Oh, George, don't. That old place, it's so full of romance. I'd love to live in it.
Live in it? Not even a ghost would want to live in it. All right, now, see this rock? Watch that second floor window there, the one to the right.
The sound of glass breaking in the distance.
What did you wish for, George?
Not just one wish, Mary, a whole hatful. I'm gonna see the world. Then I'm going to college and see what they know. And then I'm gonna build things. I'm gonna build skyscrapers 100 stories high and bridges a mile long. And hey, what are you doing with that rock?
Making a wish and throwing it.
The sound of glass breaking in the distance.
Hey, that's pretty good. What'd you wish, Mary?
Wouldn't you like to know? Many a heart is aching, if you could read them all.
What do you want, Mary? Do you want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll throw a lasso around the moon for you, Mary.
I'll take it. Then what?
Well, then you could swallow it and it'd all dissolve, see? And the moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and your toes and the ends of your hair. And Hey, am I talking too much?
Yeah, you're talking too much.
How's that?
I've been sitting on this porch and listening to you for the last 5 minutes. Stop talking, kiss her.
Kiss her?
Oh, youth is wasted on kids who don't know what to do with it. I'm going inside.
Hey, hold on. Come back here. Come back out here and I'll show you some kissing that'll put hair back on your head.
Oh,
Oh, Mary, where'd you go? Where are you?
over here in the hydrangea bushes.
What are you doing down there?
Look down on the sidewalk, George.
Down on the sidewalk, go.
You were,
It's your robe.
you were standing on the belt again.
Oh. Well, if I've got your robe here, then that means that you're...
Yes. Now, please, toss me my robe.
This is a very interesting situation.
My robe.
A man doesn't get in a situation like this every day.
Well, that's a wrap of our sneak peek. It looks like a wonderful season for 2021. I am very excited to see these shows come to our stage.
Absolutely. So it's a great time to use this momentum to get your season tickets or to just support the theater with a membership. If you haven't already donated, the $50 membership is our basic membership, and it helps to make sure that we've got that foundation to build on, to be here for you and bring you all of this in 2021.
And I think as has been stated earlier today, you know, we are coming close to our 50th anniversary. We want to be here another 50 years. We need all of your support. It takes a tremendous effort to bring all of these plays to production. There are lots of props and set design, costumes, all kinds of things go into bringing this to fruition. And also, as we're doing all of this virtually right now, there's been an awful lot of work done with our technicians, learning all these new skills and being able to provide these types of services. And again, those all come with a cost. And for us to be able to do that, we need your support.
And you mentioned that it's been a lot of effort. There is a lot of effort behind the scenes, but there's also a lot of joy. And there's a lot of passion and heart that goes into this. And that's what we love about theater. And that's what we just want to continue to do. And I'm sure that you share in that love. And I hope that we can keep making this happen together, keep making sure that the show continues to go on. And I hope that you'll join us in that. And I'll make sure to leave here and get my tickets now that I've already gone ahead and made my end of year donation.
And thank you, Sharon. We appreciate your donation and everyone's donation. And as I understand, we're ready to move on to our next segment. Thank you.
Scene 1, London's Heathrow Airport.
More delays? Jesus Christ. Can't they even put up a departure time? I could have stayed. William, glad you answered. I'm at Heathrow Airport. Yes, I know I should be in Dublin. It didn't work out with Celia. Thanks for trying to set it all up, but I don't know, so I left and thought I'd see a little bit of London. I enjoyed it. Yesterday, I changed hotels for the final night. I go into this new place. There's no one much around. I sit down with my stuff, buy a beer. The bar guy disappears. I look across and there's a...
I saw him. I was drinking a Bloody Mary and had just washed my hair. I glanced at him.
I glanced at her once, then twice, then... All right, I have to admit, I glanced a third time.
Hi.
Hi. She takes a book out of her bag. I recognize the cover. It's Henry Miller.
And Arlene, with the chocolatey Claire mug, wasn't the first of the little group to go to the insane asylum. I don't say it was masturbation that drove them there, but certainly the atmosphere of the convent had something to do with it.
William, are you still there? So I try not to, but then I can't help myself. I muster some courage and go over to speak with her. William, are you there? Tropic of Capricorn, right?
You know Henry Miller?
I've read that one and Tropic of Cancer. I can't imagine many women in 2020 reading Henry Miller, his Sexual Politics, 5 Wives.
You'd be surprised. Maybe other women just don't advertise it. I'll read you something.
Please do. Is this hotel bar always so empty?
What the hell are you going to do when a hot bitch like that plasters herself up against you and slips her tongue halfway down your throat? I should inform you I'm married.
Oh, I wasn't thinking.
I know you were. What would Henry Miller do in this situation?
Easy question. He'd take you upstairs and take off your clothes and ravish you.
It's a pity you're not Henry Miller.
It is a pity I'm not Henry Miller.
If you buy me another Bloody Mary, I might let myself contemplate a trip upstairs with you, even though you're not Henry.
Scene 2, a hotel room.
There was no night in which to rest. It was perpetual starlight on the arid surface of dead planets. Now and then, a lake, black as marble, in which I saw myself walking amidst brilliant orbs of light. So low hung the stars, and so dazzling was the light they shed that it seemed as if the universe was about to be born.
Scene 3, back at the airport.
6 p.m.? No way. Another 10 hours? What is going on? It's you, the Henry Miller fan. What a beautiful time we had yesterday. Are you going somewhere? You never mentioned you were traveling.
I'm going to Paris.
Paris.
Just the other day, I had the phone conversation I've always wanted to have. I am going to meet Henry Miller. I'm going to his studio to view his latest watercolors and read his writings.
I hate to break it to you, but Miller died in Los Angeles in 1980, 40 years ago. He hasn't been around Paris.
A man like Miller does not know how to die. Let me read you something.
In the middle of Heathrow Airport?
I wiggled the bloody bathing suit off her, and there she was, floating like a mermaid, with her big, strong teats bobbing up and down like bloated corks.
Don't go to Paris. Don't meet Henry.
I'm going to Paris.
You'll be disappointed. It's better to keep one's literary heroes at a distance. Keep them precious and glamorous within the imagination.
Don't be jealous.
I could never compete with Miller, but Paris will be a letdown. We could get out of Heathrow together. I can forget my flight back to the States as well. We can read Miller together if you wish. Read him all night. Go back to the hotel. What do you say?
I must go.
It's a beautiful dream you're having. I wish I had one of those myself.
It's no dream. And don't even think about seducing Aeneas Nin to get back at me.
Don't worry, I won't.
Everything that happens, when it has significance, is in the nature of a contradiction. I imagined that somewhere outside in life, as they say, lay the solution to all things. Hello?
Cynthia, it's Henry Miller. I'm calling from a cafe now in the Latin Quarter. Excuse the noise. The Bohemians haven't yet gone to bed.
Henry, I'm about to meet you. I'm at the Heathrow about to board.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. A telegram arrived. I have to go back to America for an indefinite period. A sudden change of plan.
I could meet you.
I know what you're going to suggest, but it would be tedious for you. Endless meetings and people I haven't seen in quite some time. We'll have to be lovers at a later point. I am sorry, Cynthia. I must go. There is a line for the phone. Cynthia, hear me out. I'll cancel my flight home. I'll get a plane to Paris. The next flight. I'll give you and Henry plenty of space and time, but when you're not seeing him, could you spare a few hours for me?
Yes, I could. This would be possible.
You'll have two lovers then. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, I will have you as a lover, and I will have Henry Miller.
I won't argue that. Shall I meet you in 2 days outside Notre Dame? 3 p.m.? We can start with an ice cream and a stroll.
Oh, my flight. Yes, I'll see you in Paris for an ice cream. Until then.
Oh, William, your answering machine. How many times have I heard that message over the years? I'm not coming back to America. I'm going to Paris to be the supposed second boyfriend of a married English woman who believes she's about to have a crazed and tumultuous affair with Henry Miller. At least you can't say you've heard that one before. Once that delusion is knocked on the head, I intend to fall in love with her and for us to have a grand romantic time in the French capital. I'll call from Paris with an update.
I love Paris.
Why, oh why do I love Paris?
Because my love is near.
Welcome back, and as we're still progressing with our showcase this evening, I would like to introduce, I'm Terry Brenneman, president of the board, and I would like to introduce to you Michael Gulan, who's a member of our artistic committee. He is also going to be co-directing the first main stage play in 2021. So I would like to turn this over to Michael.
Thanks, Terry. It's great to be here, and I'm so excited that we finally announced our 2021 season. As you know, it hasn't been easy to put this season together. We've had to think about safety and feasibility, but we are so proud of the plays that we've lined up for you. And I'm really, really excited to be co-directing well with my good friend Lisa Jane. We've got a great cast, and it's a really witty comedy that also deals with some very timely issues. And That's one of the great things about Theatricos is that we have been bringing you for almost 50 years plays that really make you think, make you laugh, make you enthusiastic about the holidays. And we're really, really hoping that now that you see what we put together for you, you will do the same that I just did and renew your membership. Memberships start at $50 and go all the way up to $20,000. Anything you can contribute will help us continue to do the work that you have enjoyed for almost half a century.
And I would like to go ahead and reiterate again, this is a good time to look at purchasing your season pass or your flex pass. You were able to preview 6 great shows for 2021, and I think there are going to be a lot of laughs. Let us enjoy and relax after this crazy 2020 that we've been through.
Yes, and remember that 2020 isn't over yet. We still have 2 performances left of A Tuna Christmas streaming live, and Terry and I both saw it, and I think we were sore from all the laughter.
Yes, I did laugh a lot. It was quite enjoyable. And again, these are 2 actors that we thoroughly enjoy. They just have put on a great performance, and you saw clips of that earlier this evening. So are we ready to move on? Okay, thank you. On to our next little episode.
Downtown Los Angeles, evening. Poppy, Korean American, 20s, drives a BMW. An electronic cigarette dangles from his mouth. Static, beeps, and voices crackle from a police scanner. He slams on the brakes, presses the car horn, a loud, continuous beep, releases the horn, raises the finger salute.
Motherfucking candy ass Prius, bitch! Bitch, you lucky I'm in a good mood because I will ride you right off the motherfucking road.
Poppy lowers his hand, takes a deep breath, and exhales.
Chill, motherfucker. Chill.
His phone rings. His voice diction changes.
Hey, Dad. Yeah, I'll pick up the medication on the way home. I got cash. No, I won't forget. Hey, I got another call. Okay.
He makes a big smile. His voice switches back.
Chiquita bebita. You know I'm downtown cruising, doing my thing, getting my pimp on. I'm just playing. Now I'll be there. Oh. Hold up. Damn, I think I see some nice ladies. I'm playing. I'm coming. I'm already on Alameda. I'll be there in 20. Love you too. Love you to pieces. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Cause you so delicious, babylicious.
He hangs up and continues to drive. Then slows down as he spots a white teenage girl walking on the sidewalk. He leans toward the passenger side window.
Hey, mommy. Hey, you need a ride? Hey, it's not safe walking alone by yourself. Seriously, I'm headed that way, so.
She looks over.
See that? We had a moment.
I don't think so.
Hey, yo, what's your name?
I got a boyfriend.
That's cool. I got a girlfriend. Just offering a ride.
He's picking me up soon.
Cool.
A long beat as she continues to walk.
Seriously, let me give you a ride. I'm cool.
Pointing to police scanner,
Check it. I'm a cop.
she stops walking and peers into the car.
Can I get a smoke?
Yeah. Get in.
She hesitates, then mouths, "Fuck it," and slides in.
Cool. I'm Poppy. Me llamo Poppy. My friends call me Poppy. You can call me Poppy.
What are you, Puerto Rican? You don't look Puerto Rican.
No hay Puerto Riqueño. Soy Chinito de Cuba.
Whatever.
Bueno. Entonces, ¿cómo te llamas?
Do I look like I speak Spanish? I need to get to Drew. The hospital?
Damn. What, you gonna walk there?
Can I get a cigarette?
Yo, do I know you?
No.
We didn't go out, did we? We didn't go to school?
I'm still in school.
Where at? LACC?
At Rosemead. Hi.
Say what? How old are you?
17.
Oh, damn. Damn, girl. You sick? Someone in your family sick? My pops just had surgery. He got the big C. Si, senor. Don't look good. He's fucked up.
Cigarette?
So when's your birthday? Hey, you been to whatchamacallit? That boba place in Alhambra? Give me your number. I'll text you the address.
Is this your daddy's BMW?
What about ice cream? You been to Bruno's? You like Rocky Road? Chocolate fudge? Cookies and cream? Nah. You like vanilla, huh?
Where's your gun?
What?
Don't you carry a gun?
Nah, only when I'm working. It's at home.
Where's your badge?
Uh,
Show me your badge.
I'm off duty.
You ain't no cop.
What? Just 'cause I ain't packing? I don't need no gun. I got the kung fu skills, you know? It's in my DNA.
My cousin's a cop. They always have their badge. And he always carries a gun, so
Don't mean nothing. Don't mean shit.
show me your badge. You're such a liar.
He drives in silence.
Okay, so check it out. I ain't technically a cop yet, but I will be. I'm applying. I just gotta take that test, you know, and then I'll go to the police academy, and then bam, I'll be arresting knuckleheads left and right, high and low, fast and slow. I'll be like, yo, put your hands in the air, motherfucker. You got the right to shut the F up.
You a serial killer?
Yeah, you got me. Just another Asian serial killer on the loose. I guess you the cop now. I'm just playing.
Whatever. I ain't afraid of you.
No shit. You got in the car. You a crazy badass white girl. I'm gonna call you Gringa Loca.
Know why I ain't afraid of you? Because you're like my boyfriend. I'll talk, talk, talk. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. And you'll see, baby, I'm gonna get me a job, and I'm gonna get me a new car. Blah, 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 blah.
That's funny.
Blah, 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 blah. Play a cop wannabe.
Blah, blah, blah.
You trying to fuck me?
Whoa, yo. Easy, Gringa. Ain't like that.
Don't call me that.
What? Gringa? Gringa Loca? Okay. What's your name?
Shaniqua.
Yeah, and my name's Deshawn.
Yeah, like it's Poppy.
What? 'Cause I'm an Asiatic looking brother? Don't be stereotyping my black ass.
Who's the one stereotyping?
Okay, you got me, Shaniqua. So where's your boyfriend? How come he ain't driving you to the hospital? You such charming company.
We had a fight.
Shocking. Blah, blah.
He's an asshole.
True that. Blah, blah.
Seriously, can I get a smoke?
Okay, mommy.
Tammy. My name's Tammy.
Tammy. Bueno. Papi.
Yeah, Cuba.
Cuba. Cuba, Cuba, Cuba. Also, soy coreano de Brazil.
Whatever.
100% kimchi colombiano by way of Kansas. Girl, you gotta smile more. Even if you ain't feeling it, you know? Fake it till you make it.
Maybe if you were funny. God, I hate it when guys say that. Smile, you'd be so much prettier if you smiled. Fuck that. And where the fuck is my cigarette?
Classy. You a classy lady.
He hands her his cigarette.
What the fuck is this?
She flings it out the window.
Yo, what the fuck?
All I wanted was a cigarette.
Yo, that was a cigarette.
That was bullshit.
I guess you never had an electronic cigarette, huh? That's expensive shit. It's just as good as a real thing. Damn, girl. Have you ever had anything that was nice?
Her eyes glisten. She starts crying.
Fuck. Seriously? Yo, mommy. Tammy. It's okay. Ain't no thing. It's just a cigarette.
My boy is sick.
What? You a baby mama? What's wrong with him?
He got an infection. I'm a bad mother.
Nah, it's probably not your fault.
It is my fault. I didn't take good care of him. I didn't listen to the doctor.
Hey, look, you're only 17. When I was 17...
15.
What?
I'm 15.
Wow. You really are a baby mama.
I got no insurance. I'm broke.
Poppy pulls up to the hospital entrance as Tammy quietly sobs.
Hey, we're here.
He leans toward her. His hand almost touches her shoulder.
Don't cry, baby mama. Tammy, hey. I'm sure he's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
He opens the glove box and hands her a tissue. His voice switches.
You know, the doctors said my dad still has an outside shot if he does more chemo. But he doesn't want to. He's given up. Don't give up.
He retrieves his wallet and pulls out a wad of bills.
Look, take this.
I can't.
Tammy, please. It's nothing. I've got money. I don't know if it'll help, but please.
She reluctantly takes the money and kisses him on the cheek.
Thank you.
She gets out of the car.
By the way, my name is Melvin. ¿Está bien, mamita?
Holding the tissue, Tammy makes a tiny wave.
Hi, Melvin.
He waves back, turns up the volume of the scanner, and drives off. She watches, not moving, impassive. After a long beat, she counts the money, pockets it, then pulls out a phone and punches a number.
It's Megan. Pick me up. I'm at Drew. Well, get your ass up and put on some clothes. Don't be a douche. I'll tell you when you get here. And brush your teeth. I can smell your stinky ass breath from here. We're going out tonight. I told you. I will tell you when you get here. Hurry, it's getting cold.
She hangs up, wipes her eyes with the tissue, and rubs her arms, shivering ever so slightly. End.
Hi, I'm Michael Roulon. I am a member of the Theatricos Artistic Committee and also the board of the Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase. You've just seen 2 of our winning plays from this year. And I'm here with Terry Brenneman, who is chair of the Theatricos Board of Directors.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Terry. We are really happy to be here with you, enjoying this marathon theater showcase, presenting to you all of the wonderful things that Theatricos has been doing in this strange pandemic time.
Yeah, it has been a very challenging year, but I look at the creativity of the things that we've done this year to show things virtually. As you know, A Tune of Christmas is being done virtually. We had hoped to have a small audience for that, but COVID numbers just weren't going to allow that, and we didn't think that was a safe thing to do. But also this month, there's going to be the holiday readings. And again, if you just go to our website, theatricos.com, you can sign up. It's free, but you still need to log in and get a free ticket so you know how to log in and watch those holiday readings over the next several weeks.
And as you can imagine, we have not been sitting idly since the pandemic started. In the past several months, we have also been working on renovations to the theater. Our lobby is looking beautiful. We've been making progress on the basement renovations. We've been bringing you staged readings. We have been bringing you streamed main stage shows. And we want to continue to do this. We've been doing it for 50 years. We want to give you another 50 years of amazing, thought-provoking, hilarious, and heartwarming theater. And with the decrease in ticket sales this year, we rely even more on your help. I just renewed my membership, and I hope that you will renew yours as well. Memberships start at $50, sorry, and go all the way up to $20,000.
And Michael, thank you for renewing your membership. That's very important. And we would hope that all of you can renew your membership. And if it's possible, to go up to the next level, if that's an opportunity for you to do that. And I'm going to check in. Are we ready to roll with our next show? Okay, the next show will start. Thank you.
Birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me.
Sorry, darling. Work was awful. I barely made it out of there alive, and then I hit rush hour traffic on the interstate and...
A man enters. He's in his late 40s, tall, slender, handsome. He's also late. She glares at him balefully.
I take it you're displeased.
It is 10 minutes to midnight. I thought you'd forgotten about me entirely.
No.
If you don't convince me that you love me in the next 10 minutes, I'm leaving.
Why?
Dramatic tension.
And here I thought it'd be because you thought I'd forgotten your birthday.
You didn't?
No, I didn't. In fact, I got you something.
Wait, like an actual something?
Well, sort of.
Oh dear.
No, I got you A big idea.
Oh, a big idea. Again?
What, you didn't like my last present?
You mean to make up for it after our last argument, you got me passive aggression? You wrapped it up like caretaking, but when the paper came off, it was definitely passive aggression.
Okay, so that was a bad choice.
All I was hoping for was some flowers, maybe a sincere apology or two.
I don't just hand out sincere apologies. Oh, sorry, didn't mean anything by it. At least they're festive. They'd appreciate and value if you chuck them around haphazard.
And what about the Valentine's Day fiasco, where you got me depressive melancholy and tried to pass it off as ordinary sadness? I know you'd had a rough week at work, but I was hoping for a cheerier big idea. Personal growth, self-reflection, or God forbid, forward motion.
Look, I do the best I can. I always get you the best idea I can afford.
They're not particularly pricey ideas.
You have no idea. Meditation cost me a fortune in yoga classes, as did tithing for organized religion. Big ideas cost a pretty penny.
What do I know? I'm no philosopher. I shouldn't complain. Ideas aren't so bad. When we first started dating, you used to get me broad themes, remember? We went to that all-you-can-eat buffet, and you got me a leitmotif. I had to look up what that word meant.
A term used in music, literature, and the theater, referring to a recurring theme associated with a particular person, place, or idea.
Did you get that off of Wikipedia?
No, I got your leitmotif out of an old college textbook. Literary criticism for dummies or something. Leitmotifs were all the rage. Everyone wanted one. I got you a blue one because you like blue. They came in different colors. I'd hoped you might collect all four.
No, one leitmotif was plenty. When that didn't work, you got me a zeitgeist. It was very thorough. Where did you get that one?
German Wikipedia. Hey, there's an idea. I could get you technology saturation or the internet age.
I don't use it to download porn.
I don't believe you. Social networking.
Too time consuming. And it's not real human contact anyway.
Podcasting.
People who like to hear the sound of their own voice.
The unbearable lightness of being.
Now you're just stealing other people's ideas.
Plagiarism!
No, it has to be a really good idea or it's not worth anything.
How about love at first sight? Remember when we first met? That was nice, wasn't it? We liked each other then. We were happy.
Did you get me happiness? I'd like that.
Damn it. No, I didn't even think of it. It's been a rough time at work.
It is 7 minutes to midnight and the countdown is on. I'm growing impatient. You've gotten me some lovely themes back in the day, but they don't make up for the theme of this evening, willful abandonment. And in your defense, all you can talk about is work, ambition, success, stability.
You told me that we had more than enough of those. And besides, I thought you liked them. You said you liked them when I first got them for you.
I did. Honestly, I did. It's just that success and stability aren't enough.
Honestly, that's a good one. But not as good as the present I got for you today, huh? I really worked at it this time. I asked some friends for advice. Your sister was a big help. She told me what not to get. I was originally going to get you truth.
No, I definitely don't want truth.
Why not? It's a lovely big idea. My last girlfriend adored it.
Truth is just too flimsy for my taste. It's diaphanous.
Diaphanous. Truth?
It's just fluffy and constant. I mean, would you get your truth or my truth? And what if your truth came from JCPenney and my truth came from Walmart? You judge my truth. How could you not? You don't just give away truth all unthinking. It's more of a wedding present. Or better yet, a silver anniversary. Birthdays aren't supposed to be so serious.
Well, it's a good thing I ixnayed truth then. But then I thought, why think small? I almost got you materialism.
But I don't like materialism.
All that stuff. What's not to like? I was going to get you an idea bigger than the Joneses idea. The sort of idea that spawns large multinational corporations. You could have done anything with it. You could have retired to Fiji with it.
But I wouldn't have been happy.
Well, yeah, there was that. Your sister pointed that out too. And that's when I told her that if she didn't lay off, I was going to get her unwarranted negativity when her birthday came around, perhaps some bitter cynicism. That's when she stopped helping me shop for you.
She's not into big ideas. She's like simplicity. She got me a wool sweater that she knitted herself.
Well, I'm not much for hand-me gifts or simplicity, so you'll just have to make do with success.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't complain. You've gotten me lovely ideas over the years. You give me desire every day.
Really? Still? After all this time?
Oh yeah. Wait, is there nudity in this play? Sexual tension is a clear thematic element.
It's a family-friendly crowd. I think we're safe.
Dan. You don't know him. Not yet. He's the sort of man who doesn't realize someone's flirting with him because he's too busy contemplating the vast, unknowable universe. When I first saw him, he was at the bar, sitting straight as a meerkat. I didn't want to startle him, so I slowly crept up to him. But then this woman crashed into him before I could get there. She was drunk and almost fell on top of him. She grabbed his face and said, "You look like someone arrogant. You're probably arrogant and famous and don't know anything about who you are." He looked hurt, sad, confused, which is how I knew he wasn't any of those things. I liked him on the spot.
Soliloquy, huh? Well, what's the big idea? Identity, fame, small African mammals.
Beauty. A brush with fame, maybe.
Those aren't the sort of ideas that you pay attention to. And besides, I've gotten you beauty a whole bunch of times. Now you remember, I always put it in a very small box.
And pay attention to beauty. Pay attention to you.
And fame? What if I'd gotten you fame?
Can you get someone fame? I don't think that's how it works.
You don't know her. Not yet. She's the sort of person who names her stuffed animals after major literary figures. She throws unbirthday parties for the joy of it. When we first met, we were auditioning for a play together, a Christmas play of all things. We're both Jewish. We were cast anyway. We got to share a stage kiss, except that every time we went to practice, she'd whisper "L'chaim" in my ear, and we'd collapse in a fit of giggles. Opening night, we still weren't sure we'd make it through. Anyone you can laugh that hard with has to be the right one. No?
So what's the big idea? Religion, theatrics?
How about laughter?
Laughter's more of an action than an idea.
That's fair.
One another soliloquy.
Oh, please, have at.
There was this one time where we didn't laugh together because you'd forgotten my birthday, because you were too busy with work. This one time, I was hurt. Is that the big idea? Hurt?
Well, maybe, but it's not a very good one. How about empathy for a partner who's overworked and underpaid instead? Maybe simplify it down to forgiveness.
Forgiveness?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to put that on your birthday list for next year.
If you make it through this one, so far all you've given me is detachment with a side of absenteeism. You have 3 minutes before I throw your workaholic self out the front door.
Oh, are you really going to follow through on that threat, or did we just need more rising action?
I haven't decided yet. Either I'm raising the stakes or you really messed up this time.
Yeah, well, you know what? I could have gotten you something much worse. I looked at despair. I took it right off the rack. I shook it out. I even tried it on. But it was too tight across the shoulders. The color was off. It was faded in places. I put it back.
Oh, I'm glad you did. I already have despair. I pulled it out of the closet an hour ago when I realized you weren't going to be home on time. Look, it's late. I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. Is that the climax? Despair? What a depressing big idea.
I told you I didn't get you despair.
What about rage? There's an idea we haven't covered yet. And isn't anger the ultimate climax? Doesn't every plotline devolve to one of the two big F's of fighting or fucking? You know which one you won't be getting tonight.
I didn't get a fuck you, and I didn't think I'd gotten a fight either.
Well, you did. What about war, famine, death, destruction? You haven't even contemplated those ideas, and they're enormous. Or perhaps you have considered them all, because all that goes through your head are big ideas, intangibles, absenteeisms, abstractions. But what you can't seem to cognize, what you can't seem to remember, is that it is my birthday. What's this?
It's the climax.
It's a
For real this time?
It's a card.
Yes.
May always and forever love on her birthday. May we celebrate many more together. Well, that's awfully silly of you. What's the big idea?
I thought at first maybe something simple. Devotion, perhaps. But that didn't seem like enough for you. You deserved a more cosmic idea, the sort of idea that's unstoppable and unseen. So I also got you this.
Wait, an actual present, not just metacognitive posturing? You shouldn't have.
Metacognition! I knew I forgot something. I should have gotten your metacognition instead. Too late now.
A night at a fancy hotel, and a nice restaurant date, and tickets to the theater? These are actual presents. Are you sure you didn't chicken out and get me materialism?
No, it's nothing like that. I wanted to get you time.
Time.
I miss you. What with work, it feels like I never see you anymore.
Time with you. I'll take it. Oh, actually, I love it. Oh, it's midnight. You just made it.
Good.
I guess I'll keep you and your crazy big ideas.
I'm glad. So, is that the denouement?
I feel resolved. You?
Well, you're staying. Of course I do. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
She kisses him, knocking off his hat.
They exit together, arm in arm.
Oh, wait!
Hello and welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed watching the last three shows here. They were some of the winners from the Northern Arizona
Playwriting Showcase.
Playwright Showcase. We hope you enjoyed those, and there will be more of those available later throughout the month as they become available. And again, we're here asking you to help support Theatricos. This is our fundraising time, and we're trying to make up for this difficult year with very few sales and audience members, and ticket sales being down. And if you can help us meet our $20,000 goal for this month, we would truly appreciate it.
And in addition to that, We are selling season tickets. You've seen the sneak peek for the 2021 season, and it's a great one. And if you're not sure that you will be able to make all 6 of the main stage shows, you could also get a flex pass. It's a great deal and it provides a little more flexibility.